Hello guys, welcome to Pen and Paper All Goes. Today we are going to talk about mining class comparison. This video is going to be in one take, it's going to be a little rough, but I hope I can explain you about what mining class comparison in data mining actually is. In my channel I like to explain different topics. I don't find good explanations on the internet, or I find hard myself to study. And I try to make quick videos on how to understand, how to approach understanding those topics. So what is mining class comparison? So suppose you have a database and you want to compare different data points. Then the process you go for that is mining class comparison. In class comparison there are two terms you need to understand. One is target class and another is contrasting class. So target class and contrasting class, you are going to compare between different classes in your dataset, and you're going to find out what are the features that are in target class and that aren't in contrasting class. Suppose you have a dataset for different patients. Now you want to compare data for the patients who have diabetes and for the patients who do not have diabetes. Suppose you have different data points you have collected, and some patients have diabetes and some do not have diabetes. So you can select all the patients who have diabetes as your target class, and those patients who do not have diabetes is your contrasting class. So target class are the class whose features you want to explore further, and contrasting class are those whose features they are opposite to the target class. And these kinds of comparison, maybe there are even multiple classes, more than two. This kind of comparison is called mining class comparison, and it has some steps and some techniques. So mining class comparison is comparing characteristics of different classes or groups within your dataset. The purpose is to analyze the features. You basically want to find out features that separate one group from another. In our comparison earlier, you want to find out the risk factor for diabetes. Suppose what are the features in these patients that cause diabetes. Suppose if you have a weight attribute here, then maybe you can find out if the weight of the patient is a risk factor or not. If you can see if the patients with diabetes have weight greater than some value, and you can determine weight as being risk factor or not, and other things will be their diet habits, their exercise routine, and things like that. So for mining class comparisons you can use different techniques, which are statistical test, clustering, and decision trees. These are some of the techniques used in classification in data mining. And some of the applications, as I suggested, one was to find out the potential risk factors for disease, or you can compare different shopping habits of different customers. So the steps to follow are: first you will gather data, and you will separate target class and contrasting class like this. You will gather data and you will separate the target class and contrasting class. Then you will do dimension relevance analysis. Dimension or attribute relevance analysis. In OLAP cubes, you call attributes as dimensions. Not all attributes, but those attributes through which you can group the data is generally called dimension. So suppose in finding out the risk factor for our diabetes, do you think name is important? Certainly not. That's why you can ignore the name, the symbol number of the patient. and you can do dimension relevance analysis like that. Then you will do synchronous generalization. Synchronous generalization means you are going to generalize on the target class. First you will see which dimensions can be combined, or what level of generalization you can achieve, so that you can optimize your queries and optimize the operations. And you will do the same level of generalization in contrasting class. Since you are doing the same level of generalization in both class, it is called synchronous generalization. Then you can do some OLAP operations like drill down or roll up, so that you can control the levels of abstraction in the results. Then finally you will present the results and the comparisons in charts, tables, or other. For example, you can have a pie chart like this, where this is weight greater than 70 kgs, this is weight less than 70 kgs. This kind of comparisons, this kind of presentations can be used finally finding out and representing what are the risk factor of disease, or in general what are the differences between our target class and contrasting class. So that's it for mining class comparison in data mining.